cool.
The you know, when you're a movie director, what you really have to stay on top of is like the small toys that children buy and bring to school,
Hmm.
because those are the central aspect of culture, like emojis, which are like, you know, a toy, um, and fidget spinners. Uh, Pogs, I think, are big. Did you hear of Pogs?
Yeah. Is there going to be a fidget spinner movie? They really got to
Uh,
get that done before it's
yeah,
boring.
they gotta do that.
Yeah. I think,
They should make, you know, they made uh, emoji movie.
yeah.
So why
Why
not?
not a wrestling movie?
No, why not make a hiragana movie?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's popular too. People use that a lot.
Yeah, but if I had $1 million, I'd make a wrestling movie. That's
I'd make a I'd make a boxing movies that's loosely connected to Rocky.
what? You'd make
Yeah.
your own Rocky movie, but it wouldn't be called Rocky.
Uh huh.
Is there gonna be like a Jay-Z music video in the middle?
But I swear to God that like I couldn't name names, but I swear to God that happened twice,
Yeah.
more than once at least. There was something that was tied into Rocky. Um, any boxing movie with Stallone in it, basically.
If I had a lot of money, I'd make the animated adventures of Rocky, and
Yeah.
it has Richard Stallone as the voice actor,
Hmm.
John Stallone as Rocky in the animated adventures of Rocky.
If we ever get on TV, I want to name it Ginger Switch's Awesome Show, Great Job.
Oh God,
Or like
Ginger Switch.
Ford
I was
Presents.
just gonna say Ginger Switch's Ford Motor Company. Ginger Switch's Ford Motor Company.
You'd get away with that, but you sure as hell wouldn't get away with Ginger Switch plays Super Mario Brothers on the NES Mini. that that's just not acceptable.
If I had a TV show, it would be called Our Motor Company. There you go.
If I had a TV show, it'd be called In Defense of Eugenics.
That'll get on TV.
Yeah.
That'll work. Hey, this
No
sounds
one
pretty
died
good.
at Sandy Hook.
No, that's what. This is what your movie's called, Peter.
It
Beater.
has nothing to do with this. Why would you do this?
Beater.
This
Why?
is suicide.
Beater Jackson's new movie is No One Died at Sandy Hook. Great. Good job. That sounds good. And it includes some character from the future, like that's shoehorned into the past.
Yeah.
Ah, you died.
It, it looked way too much like she was standing up there.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh my God.
Is that an ability you received somehow? Fire those things? Okay. Oh no! Well, that's a mechanic.
Oh,
To be fair, there's this is a pretty clean looking game because of how on rails it is.
yeah, it has a directed
Progression.
scope of what the player can see,
Mm-hmm.
so it can be really tailored towards that. So we have a lot of culling in the environments, polygons. So everything looks pretty good for a GameCube game, even though it's
Okay,
boring.
go shoot the fire.
I'm actually surprised at how well the C-stick is working for me.
Oh yeah.
I never really played a lot of shooters like this in the GameCube, but it's
Okay, you gotta
not that
kill this
bad.
thing.
I'm kind of getting used to it.
That's not dead yet. Okay. I'm actually kind of scared you're gonna die. Alright, huh. Kingsfield 5 still looks good.
Yeah. I wish this was like this scene right here was just like.
Then you
Well,
find you have to pick up your coins individually off the ground. You're like,
hold on.
wow. Ah, yes, an herb.
Oh yeah.
Ah, this is too cluttered.
I know.
It's actually a little nerve-wracking.
It's so gray.
Yeah. You gotta really focus on what you're looking at, too.
I feel really bad for the game companies who had to like make these games in this era.
Yeah.
Like, not a very good time to be a game developer because the indie scene was not here yet, and we were at the tail end of cinematic games and movie games,
Mm-hmm.
and poor developers had to work on this.
Yeah.
Don't forget that. The poor souls. It's like, oh my god,
Ammo?
I get to work on friggin' movie games.
Oh boy. No creative freedom at all.
No, I rendered this piece of wood. Uh, Damn it.
Great.
Give me another one.
Okay, that should be fine. Yep, perfect. No colors allowed. No shooting allowed. I wonder if Sony Pictures and them just keeps an eye on the Google trends to see what to make movies out of. Okay,
Probably.
whatever's been Googled the most in the last
Like,
month.
people have this perception that Sony Pictures is unrealistically bad in terms of production houses and studios and whatnot. That's only because they had their emails leaked, right?
Oh,
And everyone was like, remember when people were complaining about the Sony email leaks and all that? And the reason people don't like Sony right now, Sony Pictures, is just because they know of their bullshit.
yeah.
Like, I guarantee you, every other studio's emails are as bad or worse. Like, it's stuff like they're having a meeting. It's like, how do we make Spider-Man seem cool to the kids? I don't know. Maybe have him with a phone, and like it's this old person talk trying to figure out how
Yeah.
to appeal to kids. And people really didn't like hearing that, but they also probably don't realize that's what goes on in every studio, because every time you make something, you have to engineer it that way. And then they showed a photograph of
Well,
a magazine that was advertising the new Spider-Man movie,
yeah.
and they were like exactly what they said to do. Spider-Man with a phone, and he's texting, and he's like, oh
Mm. But yeah, Sony's an easy target too, though, because they have been making good movies lately.
man, yeah, they're a bomb factory.
Yeah.
I wonder how people like keep getting work in that industry.
Um.
I think it's a coincidence how Alex Kurtzman keeps getting paid to make garbage that bombs over and over again. And he's terrible. And he's involved with everything. Him and that other bomb maestro, Roberto Orci.
I think it's just a bubble. You just can't leave once you're in there. It doesn't matter.
Hey, I know who to get for this movie. Let's get Alex Kurtzman, Roberto Orci, Akiva Goldsman, and Avi Arad on it. If your movie's going to be bad, look for those names.
Yeah.
They're in everything.
Well,
and they're just terrible.
I mean, compare it with video games, where a studio can get shut down for one bad game.
Yeah, how do movie studios get by like that? They keep making garbage.
Like I said, I think it's just an old industry with a lot of, like, reliance on connections. It's just kind of... I mean, actors are... Like, actors have, like, one union, right? They have, like, the
Screen Actors Guild.
Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah.
It's just everybody just sort of paying each other money to live.
Adam Sandler.
Because there's just that much money to
Every
go
time
around.
Adam Sandler makes a movie, he inflates the budget into millions and millions of dollars to make a movie that looks like it belongs on TV in the 90s.
Yeah, well, when...
And all his friends show up for the movie that don't get work anywhere else. Like,
yeah.
All his friends show up and, hey, I'll take $1 million. Hey, no problem.
Right, that's what Red Letter Media said about it.
It's
like,
true. Did you ever see one of his new movies? There's nothing going on. Looks like garbage.
Yeah.
Costs millions of dollars, and all his friends show up.
Like, the only conclusion you can draw from that is that it's basically a donation.
It's a scam. Like, few movies are like that now.
It's kind of like money laundering.
Right.
You're just giving people money legally without drawing too much attention.
Stop that. Get over there.
Hey!
What's this? Like, this guy just keeps ending up in movies. Nobody likes him. I don't know anyone who likes him. He's just this ugly head and just not funny. He's just in everything.
Yeah. We've got some rock structures here. They have all these, like, uneven wooden gates, but their statues are, like, sort of Lovecraftian. It's like impressionist shit.
Open your tripod.
Nope.
Uh-oh. What the heck did you just do?
Well, that's one way to do it.
Oh.
Okay. He's
going?
solving puzzles for you.
Whoa.
Gotta get to the ladder.
Yeah, I can see where that gameplay is evolving from this here. I can see how that could start up.
Mm-hmm.
Basically on one track for the entire game. And you just keep slam dunking those reviews somehow.
Well, have you seen Uncharted 4 and The Last of Us?
No.
Like, they're definitely a spectacle, both of them. Like, everything Naughty Dog does is at least really appealing. And Uncharted does have gameplay, it's not like a non-game. Well, I guess by that logic, this is either.
We're also right in that era of quick time events becoming a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, pretty soon, when this thing bites me, I would just be mashing A, or mashing A and B,
Mm-hmm.
something weird like that.
To escape the dinosaur.
Yeah. Because Resident Evil 4 is still fresh in people's minds at this time.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, oh my god, we need to do that. And they don't know how. Or they just...
And God of War really embraced it.
Yeah.
I think they were. I think it was bad hindsight on their part to be so positive about QTEs. It's like they treat it like a thing that should be in games, and you don't see that these days.
Yeah, games have
Kinda-
Games, I've noticed, I think they're better now. I think games have actually improved. And I remember in this era, like 2000, like 2006, or something like that, being a real, like, I want to say 2005 to 2010, now that I think about it. Being a little bit of a dark age.
Oh jeez.
It's kind of a weird time for games. There's a lot of homogenization, a lot of bad mechanics that were cropping up everywhere, a lot of World War II games, a lot
Oh,
of
you gotta
gray.
find the handle. Yeah.
I'm glad it's over.
Well, I think indie games played a big part because it's very cheap to make something.
Also,
decent these days.
consoles getting their own online like a shop thing, and dropping a lot of regulations on what could and couldn't be on it kind of
Right.
helped it a lot. Like, did you know that Nintendo, like, the developers for Super Meat Boy wanted to put that on the Wii, but Nintendo wouldn't let them originally, because Nintendo eShop was originally really restrictive as to what could be on it,
Yeah.
and they wouldn't let that on it. But now they smartened up. They let anything on it now.
Yeah, I can't really see the thought process behind that. Turning down Meat Boy.
Yeah,
It's pretty Nintendo-y.
yeah, that's just the way
It's just
Nintendo
kinda-
was. But now it's a lot better now.
I mean, it is a Flash game, but you know, Flash games get played by people most of the time because they're fun.
I think Nintendo and a lot of other developers just kind of figured out that you're better off just approving everything
Yeah.
and letting people decide what's garbage and what's not.
Now, we got studios like Ubisoft too, doing experimental pseudo indie games now.
Yeah, and Ubisoft also experimenting with like theoretical and experimental revenue streaming
Uh-huh.
for their products. This is just theoretical, but I hope it can last. I don't know. Hope it's stable. Imagine it. Loot boxes in Assassin's Creed. Could we do it? I don't know. It's dangerous.
Do you got the guts to put loot boxes in your single player game? I don't think you got the nads.
Do you got the nads for a season pass for a Hobbit game?
Damn.
Holy shit.
I say, this might just be the alcohol talking, but I say we make a game based on Peter Jackson's King Kong in 2016
With loot boxes.
with loot box.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
that's the
man.
common footnote
Yeah.
with loot boxes.
Well, now we get a little loading bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, do a lot of censoring in this game.
We're just gonna cover the whole game with like Super Meat Boy or something. People will be like, "What the hell are they doing?" No, we're replace the video and the audio with another Let's Play.
Oh, Bazinga. Bazinga. There goes Bazinga. There goes Harambe. Come back, Harambe.
No, don't leave us.
Every once in a while, I remember that Harambe is gone, and I just have to take a moment to just think about it.
Yeah, it was a good meme, but it's dead now.
He's that.
Oh, you mean the actual okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, gorillas are a noble species.
They don't afraid of anything.
They don't afraid of nothing. They're strong and they're smart.
Poor
But
Harambe.
they're mostly herbivores, which is just that's bold as hell.
I'm pretty sure Coco, that gorilla, that really smart one, just died a few weeks ago.
Oh, really?
I think she was really old. I think it was a female too. I don't remember, but yeah, I believe scientists thought she had an IQ higher than some humans.
Ooh.
She just couldn't talk or whatever. Like, there's some humans who have a sub 60 IQ, and this gorilla could with more certainty, put blocks together and things like that, and build things with greater certainty than some humans. So, and that's like visual and spatial IQ, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't use language, but yeah, it's pretty alarming. But there was a really, really smart monkey, or gorilla or whatever. There's actually, like, I saw this David Attenborough video, and he was looking at a gorilla, and the gorilla,
There are spears over there.
gorilla had
Okay.
yeah, get over there. The gorilla had a hammer, or some kind of beating object,
Yeah.
and a nail or a screw,
Mm-hmm.
and it was trying to put it through the board to like build something,
Yeah.
and but they couldn't figure out that the nail had to be pointing downward,
Oh, yeah.
and it was just putting the nail on the board, hammering it. It wouldn't go in. It would pick up the nail and put it back and try to hammer it again.
Yeah.
It couldn't figure that out, but it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Not quite there. That's what makes them interesting.
I know,
really.
not quite there. I mean, maybe if we died off and they had room to grow, they would eventually figure out these things. Right? I mean, if an animal is doing that, it must be pretty smart to put the screw back and try again.
I was actually I was reading up on uncontacted human tribes a while back.
There's this photograph of one where they look a picture of these uncontacted human tribe down there, and they're standing there in the woods.
Yeah. But it's funny. Like they kind of like their society at the surface levels is pretty much the same as chimpanzees when you really at first glance.
Makes sense.
But if you give them like pots and pans or like a mirror or something, they'll know what it is and how to use it.
Yeah, it's because they'll just figure out
They'll just figure
quickly.
it out.
You're pre-programmed to look at a bowl and think you can put something in it.
Yeah.
Or at least that's smart. Yeah.
But like it's not but like you can also what to apply value to too. Like they gave this group a gift of like a doll a pig, some pots and pans, and a toy car.
What the hell are you gonna do with one pig? Why did you give him a cow?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They destroyed the pig
Oh,
because they were used to picking up diseases from visitors. That's why they were hostile.
okay.
So they destroyed the pig. They buried the doll. They got rid of the car, but they took the pots and pans.
Oh,
And later on, it's assumed that they turned them into metal, like spear tips and stuff.
oh. All right.
So they know the value of metal,
Yeah, it's because it's
like
hard.
without being
and-
able to mine it.
Yeah,
It's cool.
it's really hard and like the closest thing we ever experienced on this Earth to alien contact between humans and non-humans were back in time, where in the age of exploration,
Mm-hmm.
and humans were contacting other humans that were as different from us as aliens would be.
Yeah.
See, humans who like look totally different came off this big like an ocean animal that came off, a solid ocean animal or something. They got off with sticks that make you hurt a lot. Like, I just try to wonder like what they think, like, because that's what we would think if we saw aliens.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to understand it. So you put everything in your terms, like, you know, flying around in a big metal bird,
Yeah.
or a shiny bird. Yeah.
Inside a shiny bird. Like you'd think it was
A
an
shiny
animal
bird.
that was hollowed
A
out.
shiny bird came and swallowed them.
Yeah. Like a giant bird that they killed and then somehow found out how to ride its skeleton. Oh, that's a big dinosaur thing.
Yeah.